Things are coming out of the permafrost. You've probably heard this before, but what exactly is the permafrost? 11.5 millennia ago, we experienced our last ice age, which plunged us into our current interglacial period where temperatures began to rise again. The soil that froze over during various ice ages began to thaw, but there are parts of the soil that remained frozen all year long despite the increase in temperature. That is the permafrost because it is permanently frozen. The permafrost lies beneath 9 million square miles of the Earth's surface and is a quarter of the landmass that makes up the northern hemisphere. Russia contains the world's largest section. 2/3 of the country sits on permafrost. In some areas, the permafrost goes a mile deep. But ever since the Industrial Revolution, annual temperatures have risen more than 2 degrees Celsius. And as the temperature gets warmer, so does the soil. But it's not just temperature. Deforestation and wildfires remove the protective vegetative layer on top and expose the permafrost even more to rising temperatures. But what exactly is in the permafrost? It's a frozen soup of viruses, bacteria, and fungal spores that haven't interacted with a living cell since well before the pyramids were built. From woolly mammoths to microbes, you'll find anything and everything within the permafrost. For years, these germs have been locked in the permafrost, but with climate change, they're beginning to wake up. Think of the permafrost as a gigantic freezer filled with frozen chicken breasts, but you've just left the freezer door wide open. We're essentially defrosting all of that organic material and whatever funky prehistoric microbes were comfortably living inside. Scientific models suggest that the permafrost contains 1.5 trillion tons of carbon, twice as much as we currently have in our atmosphere. It's a vicious process, according to scientist Trofim Maximov, who studies the permafrost's effect on climate change. Greenhouse gases warm the atmosphere, which in turn melt the permafrost, and the melting of permafrost releases more methane and carbon dioxide out into the atmosphere, and away we go in this loop.